Welcome to Staff Schoolbox Tips Episode 2. This video will focus on using your attendance list to track student attendance, the differences between new due work and a new task, duplicating your lesson plans without losing formatting, and how to check student medical alerts. In Episode 1, we looked at how to check if a student has attended a specific class. What we're looking at now is a screenshot from part of an attendance roll, and this is a Period 4 attendance roll. The later in the day your class is, the more information that your attendance list will provide. Because this is Period 4, we can see that the first student in the class was present in homeroom, Period 1, Period 2, Period 3, and this lesson, Period 4. We can see that the second student has been unexplained for all the lessons throughout the day, and obviously there hasn't been any correspondence back from home yet as to why that student was away. The third student, like the first student, has been present all day, and the fourth student has been away all day with illness, and we've got confirmation from home that that's the reason why the student is away. If you teach a class later in the day, you're going to see more information listed under each student. However, this still can be useful for Period 1 teachers to make sure that a student has attended homeroom or has at least signed in late. We are now looking at the difference between a new task and new due work. Currently on a unit page for Year 12 Maths, and there's been a number of tasks created, and these just simply relate to completing textbook questions. A task is useful if you want to create something that you're happy for students to self-assess, and you're not going to grade the work, but you want to tick it off. The advantage of having the self-assess option enabled for students is that they can tick off the task that they've done on the class page, and then you as the teacher can verify this. From the class page, if you click the three dots at the top near the course outline and go to Progress Report, it will show you all of the tasks and due work progress. Screenshot gives a brief rundown of how students are tracking with their tasks in the first two columns, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and then their first due work item, which was a test. Here I can see the first student has 2 green ticks. That means that the teacher has verified that they've completed that work. But for Chapter 3, only the student has self-assessed and the teacher hasn't verified this yet, and that's what an orange tick symbolises. So a grey box means the student hasn't self-assessed yet. An orange box with a tick means that the student has ticked off their work, that it's been completed, and a green tick circle means that the teacher has verified that the work has been completed. The percentage scores in the third column signify the results from the first due work task. If you click on one of these scores, you'll be taken to a page that shows a description of the task, the score the student achieved, and the feedback that they were provided with. Due work items should be created on the unit page, and these will then be carried over to the class page where each teacher can set their individual dates in terms of when the task opens and when it is due. If you want to duplicate your lesson plan and then edit it for the following lesson, one method of doing this is to copy and paste the lesson from your lesson sequence component in Schoolbox rather than doing it in Microsoft Word where you're likely to lose the formatting. If you select all the text and press copy or Control C and then go to post a new blog, give it a title with the date, and then underneath press paste or Control V, you'll notice that you don't lose any of your formatting, and from here you can update your lesson so that it is relevant for the particular lesson that you're going to deliver. There might still be a better way to do this, but for the moment that's the best way that I've discovered so far. The last area of focus is how to check your class list for medical alerts. This is covered in the last part of my guide on how to take a replacement class, but I'll do a recap. We'll skip to the last part of this guide, and it's part 3, checking student alerts. To do this, you need to start off on the class page, go to the top right corner where the 3 dots are, and click on Class List. This is not your attendance list, this is a different class list. From here, you will see on your class list any students with a medical alert have a red triangle with an exclamation mark. If you want to get a quick summary of the details of the medical alert, hover over the exclamation mark and they will be displayed on your screen. If you need more information, click on the student's name and a red banner with white text will display the full medical alert. If you discover any other features in Schoolbox or have any questions or recommendations for other skills we can cover, please send them through.